I'm just wondering, I like the concept of debate, but I'm also wondering if without experiential experience, then you can never truly debate. How does this fit in with, you'll always come from the perspective of someone, a philosopher or a thinker or someone who is using their logic rather than their experience. So I just would like to know that.
Yeah, it's a very big question, good question. Yeah. The Nanchu de the Nanju Dandake Jange Choge Sano the chat the Shani Shivinas Tambote Tumba Jene Rangi Gigin the Day Gigit the young Takasima to Gigit the Bam for the Lavas. Gigit said it up, Gigit Tini Channel Tung the K, Gigit to Zigachi, and the Gigit the said it in Nisumina, and the Gigit in Union Tambo Shong Tambo Jandachi in the Jovajuna. The Shong de Casinando Taguju Shonkare in Bate, Gigit Nisuna Gigit Labjig Shonte, Hindu Chegusa, the Casinanduna, his how he was. The Sanji Ga, the Kumbang Evangeli. Dharma the Purga Bented that so they shang he shang. Bented that he hits a bit Gila to be almost so good. They Gonduchi, young no good, you almost to be there, Pakshan Kage, and the Dama. That Dambo to the jungle is. The jungle Dambo to a judge in the park, review Trolley. So the judge, so about the city showman of a chain. Don't show war quarantine too. Yung Shona Carson Shan, Lama Carson, Dini Boru, Tanda Car Degudu, Car Degumento, Social Guacaragado, the dodgy to dig in some of the Tata Dictuch, Tambo to Tambote, Zebago, Code, the Tanda Chumano, Tanda de Jate Lumla Deni, Ripata Mangavi, and the Dulu Yodik, Tanda de Tata de Redomits, Dolce, the Zebago, Nimo Tambo de Teres.
So of course, this is kind of, from the Buddhist point of view, is also depending on the situation. And in this current situation, is that basically that first, of course, we talk about hearing, the importance of hearing. So in the hearing part, basically that what's happening is that we are also, in terms of hearing, that we need to rely on a teacher. We need to hear from somebody. And that teacher, first we need to also examine the teacher. We already been through that in learning on what qualifications and qualities that teacher need to embody and that you need to understand in order to basically accept somebody as a teacher. And we already discussed this in learning already. And then the teaching that you are going through is hearing, or you have the that text or whatever that teaching is there, and then you are inquiring or inquiring and trying to understand the meaning of the text, or what actually, whatever proposed that, what actually means, rather than merely words and using logic and dividing the topic and going somewhere else, but trying to understand what actually the author of this text actually mean when he says this. And this is we are debating to understand that. Now, why we are trying to understand this, all this actual meaning that trying to convey in the teaching, is because that these authors are essentially is well established and accomplished, the experienced masters, because the initially is for the teachings are debated, the critiqued and debated, and the debate is settled. And when they established, and then the masters come in and then experiment it, and then they actually practice that, and then they gain experience as it is exactly explained in the text, and then they say this is what it is. That text, the teaching we are studying, and so therefore we need to understand what actually it means. Try to understand the meaning of the text rather than merely the words of the text.
Yeah. That the Tonda Mano Hisubayinas. Nibate, the Yella Tambo, Njato Wajin, Petol Lumanoche, show to the Tagigi Heba the Tsudo Bajin, Diniso Donna, Tonda the heating eroge. The show the Pacajate Gila Samatandu, Ram the Sailor Medike. Show Kachaway in a Hakoyunke, Tendiju, and it turned up the Petol Lubas. Beja Kachena, Tonda Hakunke, Beja Gojatsna, Napana, Tonda Meding a Chabayina, Tonda Petol Luba. Just a dingy, Nedo Dongjacha were there, and show Kaja, so sweet seems to Samatang, my Nigwin and Yalangun, Goritan. Long some of the dough and the machigi, the reed, do some of them did to that some of the loyal Chubache and run the Salon Maria, Dochi the Tongo Jitun, young to some of them, Chebu, the Tubalet, Sambaset, Gomba Montachin. The Samba the Gombani with the Paget on the Double Lord Susan Jokin, Yansi, so Gombachin. Magombi Goli at the Chuma 2 and which, Toscan covered with Jachim leaves. Kasi Konda they say good turned out to Chunchun Doji Bonucci. I think not there's somewhat Magon Calico huge, this kind of the origin or something, which Kasi Konda to tell the origin. They need but they do need but the rest.
And then, of course, after the hearing, which involves the inquiring and debate and so on, and then once you get a meaning, and then what follows is the reflection or the contemplation. And there essentially is what we are saying, that the meaning, now you have the meaning, and the meaning shouldn't be on the paper, on the text. Meaning should be in your mind. And so sometimes what happens is when you open the text, you know what it is. And when you close the text, it's not there. It's not in your mind. So the meaning, of course, initially it is quite difficult to have to gather all the meanings in your mind. It's quite vast subject in the world. A lot of things is covered there. Of course, the more you think about it, the more you are able to summarize and get a sense and the essential meaning of it. And then it's easier, and you have gathered all the meaning in your mind, and that should be there even whatever you are doing, or you are lying down or relaxing or taking rest, you reflect on that. And that you are trying to gather and familiarizing with the meaning, and to essentially to get the meaning, gather the meaning in your mind rather than the book text.
That day, oh yeah. Lord so Kumbaya was having a tondate, a sombatel. That's our Gonjate. Gon said, do you tondate, Kumbaya, which a roll bell, cleaned out with Hirachadu, and tell us it to Tenchen and Samatan, Gon then going to do any taking now and then the shag, no one time the shag you do, so gig you gig the kid and the thing you want now I shut on the rest and the heat you and gig maybe gig to do lots of to do none. You carca shaggers here soon and take his root or that the reshas and so missing the chain. I remember gong chain. Gombi Tony Nawashi, Tambo Dunchig Nawasha, and the Dunji turned the Jay Nawasha, then the Dermos of Nawasha, Dermos shed the Dermos of Tor. The Tor you do and all that Shona Sheshava, the Lami Sheshava. So could set all the Shan of Tor you were the Tandani, the Jig the Jig way you do, and then no one went to a siak. Chagres. That no one wants to tell you way down. Then they will take it, and the magic Jinny Kishim. 고 타마마게 되네 제버체네 레이어네 나 바도랑 그 삼바체네 레이어네 타마 공비 용화톤이 시버 두조 찬데 뒤나야 로아 차고요 말했어. 그 딘데비 자가게 산진이 수디야 벤저자도 주주고 원추서도 송상아 되게 다라시 기분인데 두조 송상아 두조 그런데 로동타모 뭐 침배이네야. 세만게 용화 제버체네 매지게 내 용화 퇴수 코드 노출해서 가바제 투어제 팔체 매딩은 나오지. 또 용왕문 퇴도 토니 손바이 장 용왕문 퇴도 토니 자가 자리 망라 망르지 샤이 장데 그 용왕 용왕 퇴도 그거 망도 망레면도 세게 라고 말아 그 자데 자리면도 라고 말아 뭐 뺏드나 시절에.
And then of course after that is the meditation part that follows the meditation or the familiarization of actually practicing. And there of course then when you go on to the practicing after the reflection is that of course initially it's quite difficult, and then initially you started to get a kind of general meaning of it in your mind through the meditation, and then after that it will be kind of you started to get so you have so for initially you have kind of the experience, the appearance of the general meaning, and then you will have after that you will have the appearance of the general meaning and the actual meaning, and then after that you will have the experience of the meaning, and then transition
던져 샤비지는 동모소 또봐.
동모소 또다.
동모소 또유도 되게 용화들로 예선은 제용도 쇼는 게 시샤바다. 라미 송샹네. 랑게 용화모소 또용게 주저 참다. 고대치든 되그레스.
So and then when you actually experience the meaning of the teaching, and then what you are doing is actually you are attaining realizations. And what is the realization? Essentially what you are realizing is that you are realizing that it is what you are experiencing, and it is what you have been told by your teacher and described by your teacher and Lama, and it is what you have reflected on. And this all essence of these three stages that you have been through is eventually coming down to one thing that is actually exactly what you contemplated, what you have heard, and what your master told and what you experienced.
Then the Yuan Munche Betonian, Kermadela Payung, then you chat Zutande, Loton Tam of China, Gavaja to Yama Casana could do no good. The one would need to come but then most of Toba, the most of Shivers. Bena, surely Shinjuji, could surely say the Mali Shinjuji, the Mali Sag Mechigi. Jila Lotontan Gashi Meji cook mother Mari Medu cook chili medicine, Gajas and was which it is.
And then that realization is put into the teachings or composed into the writings, and this is what I experienced and this is what it is. And that is a valid teachings because it can be forever the truth, because it is something that is saying basically water is water, milk is milk, and that will be this statement will be the truth for however many aeons and so on, because it is what you heard and then what you practiced and what you experienced and what you realized.
다 영화 때니 맹ken기 리피 제바 장바체네. 아니 이때라 파우샹게 게 힘에 지르 줘러 봤어. 다 세르베 남샤서더라고. 두주 장도 때네 때문자니가 말해. 가르쳐서 큰 영화 문트 말아 봤어. 영화 문트 매매 이장 코란게 리버쟁인 참도 생제 타마 방나도 나신게고 로 타마 받지리. 로 타마 받지기 제바 타마 받지 제바 이장 콜라드는 녀도 니체네 부루에 매매 계셔지 둔나야 다 쳤을 거 말해. 두가 두이니 그 계셔도 부루는 양 콜을 리바야 메지레스는 그게 제베지디 코드 노트지레스는 주주주샤디 코드 부루샤도 왔어. 진짜 제일 받어들은 체마데 나만 가바지 부루디 왔대. 나도 몇 타마 바지가 상어 타마 바지 그랬더니 지금 뭐 타마 바지 제베지디 코드 녀도니와 집한자니 레고요 말았어. 저도 띵 됐다. 냥리 제바 보초기 신주제니 아니 공전의 용어 문제 시샤는 이부터 한장의 제바침부지에서.
So as we see that there's a huge difference between the experiential testimonies of a statement, basically based on their experience and realizations, and all other statements that are not experienced and not realized, but with logical reasonings, like scientists or any scholars. Basically, they will make a statement, and they don't have the experiential testimonies. It's not experiential testimony statement, but it is a logical reasoning statement. And that kind of statement does not last long, because in the future there will be somebody smarter than you and who will challenge that logical reasonings. Whereas when you make a statement based on your testimony and experiential testimony and realizations, and that statement will forever be the truth.
로니 동압자의 치상에 산주 좀 된데게 따르때라 파버테 뒤단다 받아 미 수지게 산지게 따공데 노출연서 가버제 이제 중투어 말했어. 나 저방 산지고 공반제 맛이 당도된 이들다 뭐죠? 두서 공반제 맛이 태가 가버제 때가 두서 코랑 집에 제마도 따라왔어. 제가 공본 루중기 따르때라 파샹에 띵중게 따와. 때로서버다 용왕 원퇴인데 따르때라 파샹에 로니 동하스 친샹에서 뒤단다 매게 델레팔레체게 집에 제마투가 델레본 로마투가 강나 코라레 하듯이 델레 지주르제 통내 지 제시하고 산도 이제 상로데 단다에 지 투고요 말 가르치는 거 히자 코란 그 용왕 퇴근 델레 파위자 코라 지 제스 가바 제 주요에 가바 제스 히자 내가 말했어.
And if you look at the Buddhist teachings, the sutras that Buddha taught 2,500 years ago, and even today up to now, that we don't see anybody who can actually critique or challenges or contradict the Buddhist teachings. And also after Buddha, Nagarjunas and all these masters basically came up and they composed the text and dependent originations and so on, where they studied the Buddhist teachings and they practiced and they experienced and realized and they composed the text. And therefore all these, the teachings and the Buddha Dharma is something that nobody so far has never been able to challenge. And because, partly because there are experiential testimonial statements rather than purely as a knowledge or based on logical reasons.